Hello there, this is a video for MIS 203 to show you how to download a SAM file, how to work on a SAM file, submit the SAM file for grading, and then check your results on the SAM file. So before we begin, we need to make sure that one, you work through the textbook first. Work all the way through the module that you're assigned. I realize that modules 1 and 2, you're probably going to go through them really quick. It's when you get to module 3 and 4 and 5, that's where things really pick up steam and get a little bit harder. So apply some really good study habits early on. I know I've got some seniors in the class and it's taking it back a few years. It's good. It's good to just get these basic skills down again. I've got sophomores and freshmen and juniors as well. Again, it's great to just get the basics back down again. Just practice, 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 practice. Just keep practicing. Okay. What we have here is found underneath the Resources tab under Isidore. Now, the files, we practiced this in class the other day on Friday, it'd be January 17th. We went in, showed you how to download these files, etc. These are the files that work with the textbook, all right? But it's also got a place inside of there to save your SAM files into. If you don't remember how to download these files for the textbook, the instructions are right here, all right? The instructions are right here. To get registered on SAM, these are the instructions for SAM. I've got the majority of you all registered into SAM and enrolled in the course shell, so you're in great shape. But there's still a few of you left out there. Please make sure you get these things done. Okay, let's get in here and talk about SAM and work on a SAM project. I've got myself logged into SAM, and inside of here, we're only working through the first 5 modules, and then we have what's called a capstone. Now, the capstone down here is going to be a comprehensive project that's going to account and see how we did through the first 4 modules here. Module 5, we're not going to test on that one at the end because, well, it's not that overtly difficult. It's more showing you how to interconnect things, and, well, Cengage doesn't have anything. It just does modules 1 through 5. So we're only going to do 1 through 4, but it's a good chunk of work. It's going to be really good for us to work through. Since we're in Module 1 right now, let's just work on bringing down our Module 1 homework. So to do this, we're going to click on the link. It's going to open up. Now, you get 5 attempts at it, and this tells you how many attempts you have remaining. We're going to click Start to start the assignment. Click Start. We're going to download our instructions. And I'm going to save my files out to my MIS 203 Excel student files folder. Remember, I have extracted these files. I've taken them out of their zip formation. So open that up, SAM projects. Just keep everything in order for yourselves, everybody. It makes things easier for you in the long run. And then the start file. So you need to download all the files that you see here. As we progress through this course, and if you take MIS 303, you're going to have an instruction file and maybe multiple files that go along with it. But as we progress through this term and MIS 203, you're going to see that you might have more than one start file. So download everything that you need there. Okay. Once you're at this point, you can press cancel. You are under no timer. The clock is not ticking or anything. Only thing that needs to be done is it needs to be turned in by this date and time. Okay, so I'm going to pull up my folder here. SAM projects, module 1, instructions, and enable editing. For a lot of you, you're going to zip through this real quickly because it's not going to be that difficult. But again, work through the textbook first. Get these back in your memory banks again. Make sure you understand what's going on. Now, how should you use the instructions? You can either print them up or you can use them on the screen. If you do it on the screen, make sure you got a big enough monitor to see everything in it. I do have some students over the years that have had very small monitors, and it makes it really hard to read these instructions. So myself, I print them up every week and I walk in with them. That way I'm sure that I can see where you're at and what's going on at that point in time. It's harder for me to see it on, a single monitor and split between two things. But if that's the way you work, great. If you want to print them up, that's great too. Whatever works for you, that's the best way to approach this class. All right, so I've got this part. Now let's pull up the starter file. And depending on how long it takes for Excel to open up, don't worry about it. It's a big program and there's just more and more and more that gets added into it all the time. So click Enable Editing. You should see your name appear at the very top in the middle in the green section up here. It should be your first name, your last name with an _1 behind it. And your name should be right here as well next to author. Couple things to remember. This file is only meant for you. If you try to turn in somebody else's file or change the name on this, I've got SAM set up to block you. And it's going to say, cannot submit this file. So if you're trying this and you're getting that error message, there's a reason why. Why am I doing that? Well, basically it's because I want you guys to do your own work, and I know nobody's going to do anything like that in this class. You guys are all here to learn something, so that's just something I'm not really going to worry about. But just to be safe though, I do have that feature put in there. All right. So first set in the instructions tell me that I need to open up the file and then save the file as an _2. So I need to change the 1 to a 2. Always read it from the very beginning because there's a lot of instructions going on inside of here that you need to, take care of before you do anything else. So let's change that 1 to a 2. So I'll go File, Save As, drop it right back in there again. All right, now I'm all set to go. I have had some students, when they get done with something inside of here, they'll put some sort of a check mark next to it to let them know that they've completed that part of it. So maybe you could put a check mark there for yourself or something there. Some students even highlight it and just say, okay, that's done. And those things are done there as well. So however you want to do it, however you choose to do it, you can't hurt the instructions. You can't change the instructions. It's a really solid program. Now you get to your project steps. Okay, as a member of the Finance Committee for the City of New Monroe, you use Excel to maintain city data and summarize cash flow. Go to the committee's worksheet, cut the contents of range C2 to C3, and paste them in B2 to B3. So I need to go to my file, go to my committee's worksheet, and I want to move this data here. So it says cut it, paste it. Hard stuff, right? Always click off of it. Normally after each step I press save just to make sure that everything stays in there along the way. You want to make sure that things are locked in there. Adjust the width of column B using AutoFit. And then change the width of column F to 26. Only reason I know how to do this so well and so quickly is one, I've done it a bunch of times, but two, I've worked myself through this textbook. So make sure, again, you work yourself through the textbook. A lot of the steps inside of here, you may know how to do it, but you may have forgotten what the terminology of it is, and I like to try and use the terminology in the class. And it's good that you know what that terminology is, because at whatever job you head off to, they are going to use that terminology there to describe these things. Make sure that you can speak the language with them and you can understand things back and forth in Excel, and you'll be in great shape. Okay, that's as far as I'm going to go here in this example. I'm going to press save, and then I'm going to close out. By the way, I'm using what's called my customized quick access toolbar here. I can just add more commands in here along the way. Popular commands, I can go in here and go to all commands. And I can just add commands in across this customized toolbar up here to help myself out. And move myself along. If you want to use that on your computer at home or your laptop, go ahead. It's a great way to help speed things up for yourself. If you're working in a computer lab, you're going to have to reset that each and every time. So if you're sitting at the same computer in 130 Anderson each week, set your quick access toolbar for yourself on that computer and speed things up for yourself. So make things easier, I'll just close it out from here. And then I'm going to minimize this, and minimize this. Okay, I'm going to go back to my project over here in SAM. Now at this point, SAM realizes you've downloaded the files already. Well, what happens if the file gets corrupted or something goes wrong with it? You can always go back to the instructions. You can always go back and pull down a new starter file. For some of you this term, you're going to be working on something and it's going to become so corrupted and so bad, I'm just going to tell you, hey, listen, grab the starter file again and do it again. You're going to complain and get mad at me, but two things can happen. You can complain and get mad, and you're still going to have to do the work. So the easiest thing is just get the thing done. Continue. Let's upload this. So this is my SAM project there. And it's going to match. You should have a green check mark here if everything's named and if it's the correct file and nothing's been copied and pasted into it, nothing's been changed name-wise on it. It should go through right away. Hit submit. And then I can say view report. You don't need to save the report. You can just open it up. Okay, I got a stellar 12 out of 100 on my first attempt on this. Not really something that I'm going to print up and put on the fridge, or maybe I will as motivation. But what this report tells me is it tells me what I did wrong, what I've missed. In all my years of teaching, I hardly ever get 100% the first time through on this. Why? Because I go so quickly sometimes that I miss a step. I miss part of it. I miss something in there. When you become familiar with the program, you start going quicker and faster. So in this course, take your time on it. Slow down on it. You need to just then pull up the file that you were working on previously and then make those corrections. And again, take your time when you're making the corrections there. Don't try and do it as quick as you can. Take your time, take your time, take your time. This will get done and things will get completed for you. All right, that should take care of things. Once you're done with it, your grade is going to be entered into a grade book on here. You can check and see your reports. This is how many times I've done things. So I was in here working on stuff on January 3rd, 3:40, 3:53 in the afternoon. So just a couple of days after New Year's, I was in here working on stuff and trying things out for class. The grade book that you see over here, don't worry about it. This isn't anything that's going to matter for us, because what I'm going to do is at the end of the week, I'm going to get a report. And that report, on Saturdays, I'll get the report and then I'll just type the grades in by hand into Isidore, and that's how I update the grade book. Remember, you get 5 attempts at this. Maximize your points each and every week. Lastly, and I know a few of you are looking at this saying, hey, you know, my thing doesn't look like this. I have this calendar view. Do you want to use a calendar view? That's fine. But what I need to emphasize is this. Trying to find this stuff, for me, is easier using the activity list button here. But you can do it however you choose to. If you want to use the activity calendar there, you can. If you don't want to see the activity calendar, Sam's going to default to this activity calendar. If you don't want to see it, just remove the activity calendar check mark, and it will always default over here to activity list. So if there's something you saw in this video and you need to watch it again, go ahead and watch it again. Take your time with it. Don't try and go through this as quickly as possible. And again, please don't wait until late at night to try and do this stuff. All right, if you got questions, have them ready to go when you walk into class on Wednesday or Friday. We'll get the questions answered. We'll get things figured out and taken care of for you. That's all I got from here. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I will see you in class, or if you have questions, please email me. Thanks a lot.